this is Stitch Home Sew. Today I'm going to talk to you about some fabrics that I've recently purchased and some plans that I have for those fabrics. So if that interests you, please stick around with me today. But first of all, I just want to say a massive thank you for all those that have watched my first vlog. I can't believe the response, if I'm honest with you. I didn't expect a single person to watch it apart from my sister perhaps. But I've received some likes and some comments and some subscribes, so I'm so chuffed. Thank you so much. So I've recently had a birthday and I was lucky enough to receive some money and a voucher for a fabric shop, so I've splashed out, I've bought some fabrics, and although it's not a huge haul in comparison to some people, it really is quite big for me, and I'm really excited to share those with you today. The first fabric that I bought was from First for Fabrics, and it's a cable knit fabric. I've actually already sewn it up. I spoke to you about it in my previous video. It is a Harper cardigan from Sinclair Patterns. It's a bit hard to show you like this, isn't it? I'll try and put a picture in of me wearing it. But it's a lovely pattern. I've made it several times now, but this is by far my favourite version. That one was from First for Fabrics. The second shop that I bought some fabrics from was Pound Fabrics. I haven't purchased any fabrics from them before, but I've been on the lookout for some velour fabric for making some pyjamas for my son. He had some ready to wear velour pyjamas which he absolutely loved because they're always super snuggy and soft, but he's grown out of them. He was gutted to have grown out of them, so we've been on the lookout for a bit more for some pyjamas or some fabric for me to make some pyjamas. So I have found this fabric. It's a lovely sage greeny kind of colour fabric. It's got these little animals on and these sort of pops of colour with the mustard and the rusty colour and white, and I've just picked out the mustard colour with some ribbing, so hopefully that will make a lovely pair of pyjamas for him. And I am going to use the Ellie & Mac Grow With Me pyjamas. This is a great pattern. It's a free pattern, and it ranges from 6 months to 14 years, so you really get your kind of use out of the pattern, which is absolutely fantastic. The other fabric now that I bought from Pound Fabrics is a loop back French terry. It is a sort of dark navy colour fabric, and it has got constellations all over it. I don't know how well that's coming up on the camera. It, as I say, it's a loop back French terry. It's, you just see that the camera picking that up. It is slightly thinner than I expected, if I'm honest with you. I think in the past I've always bought like a brushback French terry, that comes out at a slightly thicker weight, more like a sweatshirt weight than a t-shirt weight, but it's still really lovely. And I've also got some just some ribbing, navy ribbing, that will go round for kind of cuffs and hembands and such like. Now I need some help making a decision. Do I be really nice and make something for my husband, or shall I be a little bit more selfish and make something for myself? That's the big question. Maybe you can help me make that decision. Now, if I was to make something for my husband, I would probably make him a hoodie. I have got this pattern. Now it's this company made by Jack's Mum has actually been rebranded Waves and Wild, but I picked this pattern up before the rebranding. It's a men's hoodie pattern, although when I bought the pattern I also bought the women's version and the child's version, which I believe the child's version is called Hot Coffee. There are a number of different neck options for this pattern. You can do a crew neck here, a hoodie version, or a cowl neck. I don't know how well that's going to show up with this lady here. And you can also make a dress version with the kangaroo pocket or some little patch pockets by the looks of things. So I don't know whether to use that pattern to make something for my husband, or to use that fabric to make something for me. I could make myself the ladies version of this, or I could make a Billy, Tilly and the Buttons Billy sweatshirt. The Tilly pattern is a very well-known pattern, so I won't go into massive detail about the Tilly and the Buttons pattern. I've made it about 3 times now, once with sort of the straight sleeve and twice with the balloon. I have only ever made the balloon sleeve with a thinner jersey, because for me, I love that balloon sleeve on other people but it is obviously quite statement, and for me I just prefer a slightly more drapier fabric so that it's not quite so poofy. So here's the option. As I say, you've got the straight sleeve, the balloon sleeve, and then you've got the dress version, and you can put pockets in the dress. So help me decide, do I buy, that's not what I'm doing at all. Do I make something for my husband, or do I make something for myself? If you could leave me a comment or something, that would be absolutely fantastic. Now, the third shop that I've bought some fabrics is Rainbow Fabrics Kilburn. This is a shop that I've shopped with several times now. I think they're really affordable. They're great because if you're quite a beginner like me, you don't necessarily want to buy really expensive precious fabrics and then go wrong. So they do some beautiful fabrics. I think the quality of the fabrics is really great, but you're not spending huge amounts of money per metre, and therefore it's not quite so scary to cut into. I bought 2 fabrics from Rainbow Fabrics. The first fabrics is this viscose Marrakein fabric. It's a black base with little daisies on, and with these little green leaves, which I think is really sweet. Now I've got about just over 2 meters of this fabric. I'm not really sure what to make. Possibly a lotter, Tilly and the Buttons lotter, although I have made that pattern a few times now, so maybe I should be a little bit more brave and make something else. Maybe a top, a blouse. I don't know. Can you give me some clues, some ideas? What do you think? Now, the second fabric that I bought from them is this gorgeous, I really love this one, viscose jersey fabric in this green, sort of dark green colour with these little lovely white flowers on. I've got 3 meters of this fabric. I think my plan for this is to make the Friday Pattern Company Westcliff dress. You might possibly just be able to see that hanging up, a version of that hanging up over there. I made the maxi on that one, but this time I think I would look to make the version that comes just around about knee length. I think I'd get more wear out of that one. It might be a little bit more me. I'm thinking about actually taking the frill bit, the tier off, the second tier off that one. I don't know how much use I'm going to get out of a maxi dress. I'll leave it until the summer and see whether I do wear it, that one, but if I don't, then yeah, I'm going to take that bottom tier off and just turn it into a knee length, because I think I'd get more use out of that one. Now, Friday Pattern Company, I think are really great. They're one of the companies that are really size inclusive. This pattern, for instance, goes from an extra small to a 4X. Now that sort of equates to a 32 to 33 bust, a 24 to 25 waist, a 34 to 35 hips for the extra small, and then for the 4X it's a 53 to 54 bust, a 46 to 47 waist, and a 56 to 57 hips. As you can see, I'm not a tiddly person, so it's really lovely to sit comfortably within their size range without being worried that I'm going to sort of top out at the top. So yeah, it's great that lots of the pattern companies are now being a lot more size inclusive. Another thing I received from Rainbow Fabrics were some buttons that they just popped in as a little extra, which was really lovely. It really made my day. Just a range of different buttons. I don't know about you, I love buttons. There's something really tactile about them, and something sort of that brings back sort of childhood memories of playing with button boxes, I think. Just some different coloured buttons which will be really useful, and I've just popped them in a little jar because I love little jars and pots and things, so I've just popped them in there. Well folks, that's all of my fabrics today. Thank you so much for watching. I'll be back soon with another chatty vlog with a roundup of my recent makes. Until then, thank you so much for watching. If you like what you saw, please like, leave me a little comment, subscribe if you haven't already done so. But just thank you so much. Take care. Happy sewing. See you soon. Bye.